Alright, so now we are getting close. We got the majority of our piece done, which is our hair and our skin. So now I'm going to be showing you guys how to color eyes. Now I also suggest that you guys, search a reference of eyes that you like, whether just the eye style, and then you can try to replicate them. So I'm going to try to replicate something similar to this, but probably in a more gentler manner. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide what color of eyes she's going to have. And I like blue eyes a lot. This just look really, really vibrant and I really like it. So I'm going to start with blue eyes. And I always like to start off with a light color first and then gradually go darker. So I am going to take a 145. I'm going to just kind of put it on the side here. This looks a little bit messy because I kind of, oh well, I think it's good for now. So now I'm just going to fill this in. I'm just going to fill all of that with this blue, which I think is beautiful with her hair color. So I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see the process. So I'm going to let that dry. You can blow it if you want. You can fan it. You can fan a little bit of that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just keep on layering our colors. So basically these are, for this eye, there's like main different parts. There is the lights, which is our light and dark. Then there is a dark with a little bit of, medium lights. And then we have our big highlight in the pupil. So I'll show you guys how to do that. So, but first, let's go ahead and wait for this to dry. And then once it's dry, we are going to take... Oh, by the way, don't forget to change your water. I'm not changing my water right now because I forgot to. So I'm actually going to be taking a 143 as another color tone, but also as kind of like a little bit of a shadow. I'm going to put this beside me, by the way, as I color in the eyes here. So I'm going to draw a ring around the eyes. Let's do it kind of carefully here. And this is usually just done to concentrate the eye in like a very nice manner. So just kind of put that in like that. And then what you want to do is you want to just draw in your pupil. Very, very lightly. So the reason why I like doing this in color more is because you can kind of explore with different values more. So I'm actually going to leave a little bit of a space. I'm going to just circle this around. And then once my pupils are pretty much in, it looks weird at first, I know. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the rest of this in with my blue. So we have that pretty much done, which is looking really, really cute. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 147, which is a very, very nice ultramarine blue, and I'm going to just shade in the tops here. Now this might look a little bit weird because it feels like, pupils are like it's not really all that, looks kind of weird. So you can either make a decision, is you can either delete it, just take it out, or you can kind of just roll with it and just see later on. I think it looks fine for now. It's not too bad. I would definitely go a lot darker now though. So once that dries out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this really bright blue here, and I'm just going to be tracing that in. So now I have my middle tones and I have my bright tones, which is good. I'm just going to wait for that to dry. So once that's kind of getting dry, you can blow it if you want. So I'm just kind of fanning it a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 149 now, which is a really, really, really dark blue. In fact, I'm going to concentrate on my brush here just so I can get that really, really intense color. And then I'm going to just wait for that to dry a little bit more. And then I'm going to just trace that, just the really, really dark parts in here. Leaving a little bit of highlight, by the way, so just to kind of give a little bit of like a jelly look. So sometimes I like leaving these highlights, like kind of like little squares, just to kind of give that nice like reflective look. Also like adding a little bit of texture as well. So I'm actually not really that big of a fan of these eyes here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just fill that hole with our blue here. I don't really like that weird highlight in there. So it looked good in theory in digital, but it's not really theory, but it didn't look good when I did it. So sometimes, change of plans is needed. I'm going to take more of that 149 and just, make it a little bit extra dark. So notice how dark that looks? That's perfect. There. So far so good, looking really, really cute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually give a little bit of a mix of color here. So I'm going to mix some of my blue, kind of mix it in there with a little bit of green. So I'm going to take my number 92, I'm going to mix that blue in here. So if I wanted to add a little bit of that nice tint of green in there, just as like a little hint, I can do that. So in a way that kind of gives a kind of a more nice hue. So once that's done, we're going to clean our brush. And now I'm going to actually do a little bit of brown on the eyelids here, because I want to color that a little bit. So if you want to add a little bit of color and tone to your eyes, that's the way to do it. And now, once this is all dry, hopefully this is all dry, I'm going to add some white gel pen just to give it some nice flair. There. Now with my white gel pen, I'm going to go in my highlights area and basically just fill in these little pockets. And look how nice and shiny that looks. So you have to have your highlights or else it would not look as pretty. You can add some towards the sides as well. And then add a little bit of details along the eyes here as well. That's just more of like a little preference. Actually, I'm going to add a little one right here as well. There. So it's kind of like nice and shiny. I'm also going to add a little bit of white gel pen around the eyes here. Just to kind of give a little bit of illusion that there's some white, bit of white eyes there. Bit of the eyes of the whites of the eyes. Yeah, that's what it's called. So that's how you do eyes, kind of in a very like nice manner. I think it looks pretty nice. Yeah. So if I want to darken or deepen some of these colors, I'm going to add black. So I'm going to wait for this all to dry so I don't mess up. So I'm going to fan a little bit of this. And just for some insurance, just to kind of give a better pop, I'm actually going to add a little bit of this black along the top. Just to give that extra darkness. Same with the end of the eyeball here, the pupil. Just adding a little bit of a ring there kind of makes it feel nicer. Alright, so that is pretty much it for the eyes. I'm actually thinking of adding a little bit more blush, but I think it should be fine. Let me go ahead and do that real quick though. I'm going to wet the paper a little bit. And then I'm going to add a little bit of my number 14. And then I'm going to add a little bit more blush kind of towards the center, kind of make it centralized here. There. That's actually super cute. If you want, I want to blot it out just a little bit around the edges. There, perfect. Just gonna add a touch more of this red. Dilute it a little bit and just kind of touch the tops a little bit. And it looks ugly right now first, but right until I blot it out, then it'll look a little bit more natural. Not really. That's actually really cute now. So sometimes happy accidents, right? So just blending it with a little bit of water. And there we have the blush. Alright, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.